So I'm here at the Panhandle Plains Museum. This kind of talks about what we were driving through last night. This kind of shows you those feedlots and how massive and extensive they are. Why you get the smell you get. But they can do, tens of thousands of head of cattle on these really small areas of land. Feeding them, stuff that's going to make them fatten up quick, sorghum and different things. And this kind of talks about it. So just down the road from where we were last night in Happy, Texas, Cattle Co. Lone Star Feed Yard can feed 45,000 cattle and feeds about 1.5 million cattle a year with the capacity of 45,000. Amazing. This here gets into all the branding and how to read a brand, so that's kind of interesting. Here, rocking and bar and all that kind of stuff. That's why they are what they are. Cool. So I'm starting my day here at the Panhandle Plains Museum, and I usually don't show museums in my videos, but I came across this here wagon, the food wagon here. I thought I had to show you guys this because this would have been the chef's kitchen if I'd have lived, 130, 140 years ago, 150 years ago. This is what it would have been like. Thought that was kind of cool to see. That's why we're making some beef stew. Hot coffee. Good old chuck wagon. I just found this pretty interesting. I thought I'd show you guys. That would have been the chef's life, back in the 1880s. Right there. Cowboy chef. Lucy, I'm home. This whole thing, man, that's pretty cool. Mrs. Chef, I think we should get this. This is pretty awesome. Oh, wood burning oven and stove. That'd be freaking awesome.
Like when you run out of wood.
We ain't gonna run out of wood for a long time where we live. Alright guys, here's an interesting fact that I did not know. But saying here in the early days of road travel that the pig stand in Dallas is thought to be the first drive-in restaurant, opened in 1921. Curbside restaurant introduced car hops. That's crazy, huh? Who'd have known that the first ever drive-in and drive-through windows developed in Dallas, Texas. Wow, did not know that. That's pretty cool. So when you guys look down and see your enormous bellies, you have the pig stand to thank for all those extra calories you wouldn't have if the drive-through would have never been invented. I do like coming across all the old service stations when I'm on the road, so this shows you some of them back in the day when they were, fresh and new. But it's pretty cool to walk or drive down the road or walk down the road and see these old buildings like this and see a glimpse into yesteryear. And it's super cool to see these old signs like this from yesteryear. Original Shamrock advertisement. And the first of the hotels, man, the Motor Court, which I'm a big fan of. I'm actually staying in one. I'm going to do a review on that. a refurbished motor court, but the motor courts it's just a cool thing. 1930s and 40s, the first of the quick in and out motels. I mean, this is the kind of stuff where the afternoon delight first originated from. So, Mrs. Chef, this has been a touring car. So we've been cruising around America, and the back roads are all the roads were back roads back then. Most of them not paved. Looks like you had a little 3-cylinder engine. Oh, there's a 4-cylinder. There's 4 spark plugs and cylinders in there. That's pretty cool. You know, the interesting part is this is a 1915 model. And there's a 1933 model. Look at the difference that came in 18 years. Unbelievable. So is that for you that think electric cars is a new thing, this is it's a 1916 Detroit Electric Brougham. I guess how you say that? Alternative energy is not new. There you go, folks. 1916 model EV. And a true horseless carriage. Just looks like a carriage, but a chain-driven 2-cylinder engine. That's pretty cool. Air-cooled. Wow, that's a beautiful caddy, Mrs. Chef. V16. Would that thing drink some fuel? This really tickles my fancy, folks. A working water fountain that has ice cold water. You just don't see this hardly anywhere anymore. Well, we're back on day 2 of our hike. Part of this Palo Duro Canyon. It's quite a lot of fun. A little chilly today and very windy, but beautiful out here. Gorgeous. All right, we're coming back out of the trailhead here. But yeah, that's exactly what you would picture Texas to look like if you've never been to Texas. Sure is pretty. So the cool thing about this, they got these trails that are pedestrian trails, they got horse trails and bike trails, and then they got multi-use trails. So you pretty much do whatever you need to do out here. Wow, this is kind of a majestic place we found, Mrs. Chef. Yeah, you don't see much flowing water in this area. You make it up?
Yeah.
Pretty steep. Man, this is too cool looking. I'm reckoning we probably ought to turn around and start heading back to where our car's at, because it's getting pretty far out. There's some highline wires, so at least we know that there's electricity going somewhere. So the trails out here are pretty well marked. We're not doing any extreme hiking or anything like that. I used to do that stuff, but my health's been kind of messed up lately, so I don't feel like I can get into that right this minute until I get stomach issues figured out. But yeah, man, we've done what, 3 trails now?
Yeah.
They're like we've done like the 1.5 mile to 2 mile trails. So I don't know. We'll get in what, 6 or 8 miles today. It's not too bad. Yeah, it feels good to get out here again. So of course, me and Mrs. Chef wandered off the trail, and we have to find our way back to the trail. But I'm gonna come to the cliffs. We got about an hour of daylight left, so. All right, guys, this has got to be one of the coolest places I've ever seen a picnic table. Get up here to this. Look at the view at this picnic table. Yes, please. Wouldn't it be a fantastic place for a disc golf course? Ooh, it's chilly and windy up here. Ooh, look at all them turkeys. There's all the hens. There's a tom strutting his stuff at me. Look at the toms over here. Some big old boys. Big old boys. There's 3 of them ready to get frisky. I know you sure would be some good eating. So when you come into Palo Duro Canyon, just keep a couple things in mind. There's not a lot of services. There is this little trading post here. You can't get gasoline, you can get propane. Right now there's a fire ban, so you cannot get firewood, charcoal, anything like that. I'm usually pretty much against that kind of stuff. Like, why they gotta have a fire ban? It's camping, but it's so dry here. If something lit on fire, it'd go forever, so I get it. But anyway, you can get supplies here. They got a burger shop in there. We did have a cheeseburger. Me and Mrs. split one. Very good. And yeah, get ice cream and other stuff for the children's. Some good time. And they got glamping down here. You can actually, we walked down here earlier. I didn't film it, but you can get like a little tent that has AC and stuff. And it was super expensive. What is it, like $300 a night or something? Yeah, it's really expensive for a really small tent. I thought that was kind of high, but and throughout the park you can get lots of water. They do have water all over the place. So yeah, I think we're about to head out of Palo Duro, but I do suggest you come here if you've never been. It's a good time. Like I said, you can get, once you're in the park, you can get supplies here. Not a lot, but you can get some supplies, so you won't starve. Alright guys, well thanks for watching our video of Palo Duro Canyon. We hope you come check it out yourself. It is a fascinating place. Second largest canyon in the country, next to the Grand Canyon, and it is well worth the trip. $8 a person to get in for day use. Not sure about camping and all. I know glamping is like $300, so if you're rich, do that, but you know. Alright, thanks for watching. See you guys.